Cool people doing cool shit. Sounds pretty cool, doesn't it?
Nice. Yeah, I heard something pretty profound that I think made sense to me for a long time, but the way that it was put, it was like, that person was like, alcoholism and, addiction and all that isn't really an issue until you stop.
Yeah.
Right? Because then you're dealing with the reason why you're doing that in the first place.
Right.
Right? Because it kind of takes off the edge or whatever. Not saying that's where you were. Just saying, it's like, and it really brought it to, whatever you're dealing with is the reality, and leaning into it, and there's different severities. I don't want to, downplay it, but, it's the leaning in and the letting go are the powerful pieces.
Yeah.
It's like I've never experienced a time where I let go of something that it wasn't profound.
Yeah.
And
that's
regardless of how big, or small it was.
in my own life and in that story, generally speaking, I can't think of a single grudge I've ever held against anybody. You can do some pretty shitty things to me, and I'd be like, yeah, but that sucked.
Yeah.
And you should be accountable. But I also knew where you were coming from at the time, and everybody makes mistakes, except there's one person that I've been harboring some really bad grudges against for a decade, and he's sitting here talking to you. And I was never able to let those, even the slightest infraction, slide. And somewhere in the last couple months, I still feel those shameful feelings about bad decisions I've made in the past, but forgiving myself for them is maybe too much to say, but at least extending the same compassion to myself that I extend to other people when they fuck up.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head, the word. Yeah, it's like I've been doing a lot. I hear you. It's the person we spend our whole life with is ourselves. And I've been doing a lot of work with self-compassion, and a lot of it. And just because, coincidentally, for me, the person that I've been working with, their books and that, she's a Buddhist. So a lot of it is Buddhist theory. And one of it is like, you wouldn't talk to a friend the way you talk to yourself. Why would you talk to yourself that way? And it's like, wow, that really hit home. But yeah, for me, a lot of self-work these last few years, little boy healing, little boy work, and self-compassion, I find has been very helpful because I deal with anxiety, I deal with depression, a lot of seasonal depression as well, and I try and, in addition to the fire walking, and I introduce it with the fire walking, but, I try and live by 3 tenets. They make sense to me, and they really, I feel like it's the heart of a lot of the messages I've gotten in my life. And it's all is one, love one another, and celebrate life. And those 3 things are what I reference, in every day.
What are they again?
All is one, love one another, and celebrate life. And I touched on it a bit about how we're all connected. We're all the same thing. We all have the same bits. And not only just the bits of it, like biologically, we all share the same, there's only 4, 5 bases that make up DNA. And you scatter it, and then it reforms, and then it expresses as something else. So we're no different than this grass, that rock. We're just expressed differently, in terms of the elements, the bits that are there. But we also share the energy that permeates through here, and it's like all of that, we're all one. And so if we can learn to love one another, there's so many teachings on the benefits of love, and then celebrating life. because it's the hardest thing you've ever accomplished in your life is being born.
It's hard in the moment to celebrate the hard stuff, but do you know anyone who's learned anything a different way? I don't.
No, I mean, and there's gratitude. Gratitude is so powerful. In not only being grateful for the things that are good in your life, but being grateful for the things that aren't good, because they make you. You wouldn't be who you were. I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't go through those tough things.
Even for me, even the depression and anxiety, I do a lot of video interviews. Pre-depression me, he was a lot of fun. He was a little full of himself, but he was fun. The depression fucking sucked.
Mm-hmm.
However, it made me a better interviewer and just maybe a better person conversationally and connecting with people, because I definitely was the opposite of full of myself, which allowed that void to be filled with real empathy. I mean, it's all speculation, but I don't know if that would have been possible if I didn't struggle with feeling like I was this big.
One of my my Zen teacher, she used to say to me, you need to learn to open your heart, right? But when you open your heart, it hurts. But if you open it so much, learn to open your heart. Just keep opening it. It's like throwing a knife in the ocean, right?
I'm laughing because
Doesn't
I've been
do
told by
anything,
friends who are Buddhists or Buddhist leading that my lotus is too open. They're like, you got to shut that shit down, dude. It's wide open.
I don't know.
You ever heard of boundaries?
I don't know. I lead. I was talking to my therapist this morning. I was like, I lead a lot with my heart, and it's like, that's just how it is, But it's like, can you open it so much that it just doesn't make a difference? It's like, like throw a knife in the ocean. Okay. It's like, but if you're so wide open, I don't know if I've gotten there, but it's like, I'm going to keep trying, but it hurts sometimes too. I understand that a lot,
But
I respect that too. It's like, maybe you don't need to open that much. I haven't been in that space.
I don't know that I agree with those people that say that I have to close it down, because my counterpoint to them is, but that's what makes me me. That's why I connect with people authentically and not just in a small talk way. I don't want to give that up. And they're like, no. We just mean like protect yourself a little bit. And I was like, I don't know if I can get on board with that, because the heartbreak that is inevitable is excruciating. But I would risk that every day of my life if you don't risk this level of a valley, you're not going to get this peak. And I don't want to do this. That's what Lexapro does. I've tried that. I don't want any part of that.
No, and it's interesting, like you say it, and that's like, I agree 100%. I've just said it, like, as much as you love is how much it's going to hurt. Right? It's like, that's just how it is, but I'd rather be in that space of love, I think,